Hello everyone, today I would like to record a video explanation to my most popular video on my channel devoted to net bag. This bag is extremely practical, beautiful, but on my channel I got the more misunderstanding about this pattern. Since the pattern is very simple, I would like to clarify. So this bag you must start with the chain. That the length of this chain actually depends on how big you want the bag. If you want it much bigger, you can make longer chain, and if you want a medium size like this one, that actually is quite big inside, you can see, can fit a lot of things. I normally make no longer than 14, 13, 15, around these numbers. Yeah, this one is 14 centimeter and it's pretty good size for the net bag. I use 2.5 millimeter hook. Sometimes I use also 3.5 millimeter hook. It all depends on the cotton you are using, on the like size. Here is 50 gram, 125 meters. You can use any cotton and even a mix of cotton and acrylic or something else. So here I have, they are all different types. So you don't have to have exactly the size I'm telling you. This one is a little bit thinner, thicker. It depends on your personal taste. You can try with different types of cotton and see which one you prefer more. So you will chain. I already have two video tutorials, part 1 and part 2 of this bag on my channel. So if you want to crochet exactly this bag, you can watch them. Here I just explained the things that were unclear in those two tutorials. So you start, and there were some questions how many rows you have to crochet. Actually, it all depends on your personal taste. I normally use 8 rows. You can also use 6. As you can see, the bag will not change. So if you want, you can follow my advice and crochet 8 rows. You can also have just 6 rows, depending how wide you want this part of the bag. And also here I repeat the same 8 rows. Here also in the handle you have 8 rows. Sometimes you can make 6 rows and then here a bit wider. It doesn't change the pattern, it's just what you prefer for your bag actually. But like that, I feel that it's more like durable, it's good shape, so I prefer to have the same number of rows in the handle side and here. So after you crocheted 8 rows, sometimes I also have 6 rows, but I still prefer 8 because I like it wider. I start to make my arches. So in part 1 you will see how to make them. Just chain 7 and single crochet in each stitch. And then another question that was popular on my channel is how many rows of arches you have to make. It all depends on how big you want the bag. So sometimes I make 64 to 68 rows and the bag gets this size. There is no exact number of how many rows of arches you must have. It could be all your personal decision. So sometimes I don't even count if I have exactly 64 or 68 rows or 66. Just I see if I think it's big enough, I just stop. But for the reference, I will say no less than 60 rows to get a medium-sized bag. So, and then after you will have all the arches, what will you do is, already I have it on my tutorial, but I want to show you. You will start to single crochet into the arches, so it will become like that, and you will get the second part like that, right? So you will have one row of single crochet, and you have to mirror and single crochet exactly the number of rows you crocheted on one side. So you will have 8 rows, for example, and you will have 8 rows, and then you will have to crochet in a round, like in a circle, to get these handles. So for the handles, I chain 90. As you can guess, you can chain 80, 100, depending on how big or how long you want the handles. I think 90 is a good size, so these handles are not too big, not too long. That's perfect. So, but if you have 91, 92, it's okay. Don't worry about that. And then here we had a problem that the people did ask me if you must continue on the side or first chain 90 for the handle. You can do it as you prefer. You can start with the side, continue like that, or you can first chain 90 and go on with the handle. So now I show you. So after you crochet 64, 68, the number you want, rows of arches, you will have to start to gather them together. For that, just make one, go under the arch and make one single crochet into each arch. So at the end, you must have the same number as you had here. For example, if you chain 30 or 31 or 32, depending how long you want, you can you must have the same number as I had here. Here I had 30, so I must have 30 single crochet. And you just continue like that. So since this bag is not ready yet, and it's just to show you how to finish the net bag, I just don't crochet the whole 8 rows here, but you must understand you have to mirror and have another part like that, exactly the same 8 rows here. And then here was the main question, if you must start with chain 90 and go on to crochet the bag, or then start here and then crochet. Actually, since it's like a, you see, you will crochet in a round, so it doesn't matter if you go from here, if you go this way or you go first this way. Actually, you can do both and the result will be the same. You will have 2 handles and 2 sides, I don't know. So you can start with, after you finish 8 rows here, you can start with 1 handle, chain 90, and then go on and crochet this side, taking all the arches together. You can watch it in part 2, and then crochet another handle. If you would start from here, you can also do the same and start. It doesn't matter where you're gonna start your bag, if you're gonna start with the handle or with the side. That's the main idea I wanted to tell you, because as you can see, it's just like circle or round. So if you go that way or that way, you will always go all around. And after you crochet all the rows, like 8 rows, you can cut your yarn and weave the ends, and your bag will be ready. So this is the easiest explanation I can give you for this bag. If you want to crochet it, you just start and watch this video and then follow part 1, part 2, and I'm sure you will be able to crochet it without any problem. You can experiment with changing colors, so have 2-color or 3-color bag. They are perfect for any creative project, so can make them small, really small, bigger size. I hope you will have no more questions about this pattern, and if you still have questions, you can ask in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.